Hello gamers, welcome back. The character creation in Dragon's Dogma 2 is as addictive as it can be. I'm looking to at least create one character for each vocation, and today I give you my monster killer, Geralt of Rivia. Now let's go through the character creation details. On the body side, they are largely personal preference, but because I want to use as a fighter, I want to give him as much muscle as possible, so that he can carry larger inventories. On the head, they largely remain default setting. On the upper body, I gave him larger shoulders and bigger chest, so this is really a Henry Cavill's Witcher's body, but with the in-game Geralt as a face. Lower body is largely unchanged, and posture, I chose the fastest movement. Now let's go through the main part, the face configuration. For the base head, we are using number 18. On the skin, we are using 12. This is so that we can get some wrinkles. There might be some other choices that you can also explore. Skin color is number 5. Geralt is very pale. And the wrinkles bring to 60. He is a fairly old man, but I don't want to get him too old. Skin sheen is at 40. He does sweat a lot, so let's give him a little bit shiny on his skin. For the brow, height at -50, spacing 30, depth 15, with the inner and outer depth at 12, so that he can have a deeper eye socket. Brow angle at -50, and bending at -60. For the eyes, height 0, width 30, depth -65. Again, he has a very deep eye socket. Eye size all the way to the highest, angle at -30, and the eye squint on both sides is at 60. Geralt in game does squint a lot. On nose, length is 40, nose bridge width and height are both at 10, and bridge bump at 10 as well. If you're building a Henry Cavill Geralt, however, his bridge bumps will be much higher. Nostril size at 7, nostril height at 20, width at 0, tip depth at 30, and tips angle at -60. This is based on the in-game Geralt in Witcher 3. His nose seems to be fairly long and pointing downwards. Now for ears, these are largely personal preference. I put size at 20, angle 43, everything else is 0, and lobes at 70. For his cheeks, he is a skinny old man, so I put thickness and neck fat to -69. He has high cheekbones, so height at 60, width at 30, and depth at 60. On the mouth, height at -65, width at 60, protrusion -80, is not pouting at all. Mouth corners at -40. He is very serious and angry all the time, so the corners has to go down a bit. Lip thickness at -50, you can bring it down even further, and the lower lip position at -60. On the jaw, definition at 100, jaw width at 0, position at 40, protrusion at -10. His chin height is 40, width at -20, and protrusion and sharpness are both at 69. These two doesn't really matter that much. I'm aiming for a sharp and long chin, but most of the time it will be covered by beard. Now on the hairstyle, there's only one choice, that is 45 for Geralt. Root color and tip color are the same, they are at 15. You might want to use 16, but that seems to be too white and feels unnatural to me. Root and tip blend is at 0, this one doesn't matter because both colors are the same. Sheen position 65 and sheen at 35, which doesn't matter at all. Eyebrows, we are using number 11. He has a gap on his left eye, which is quite fitting because he has a scar over there. Brow color is number 4. I didn't use white because based on his in-game character, he does have darker eyebrows than his hair. and brow thickness at 80. Now his beard is number 8, root color number 9, and tip color number 13. This is so that he can have a mixed color in his beard. It's not just pure white. Root and tip blend at 60, sheen position 60, and sheen at 8. Body hair is unchanged. Everything is at default. And on the makeups, for the eye, both eyes are the same. We're using type 1. And for the eye color, we're looking for a light yellow, so 137 seems to be fitting. On the sclera color, we're using the base color. I brought up iris size a little bit higher to -5, and pupil size is reduced to 30. This is so that we can give him the wolf-looking iris. On the eyelash is number 1, root and tip color number 1. Root tip blend doesn't matter, and length at 60, density at 26. Eyeshadows remain largely default, and these are the settings. For the eyeliner, I'm using number 5, color number 1, coverage at 10, opacity at 50, metallic 0, and sheen 25. Geralt doesn't have freckles, so this is default. Again, on the cheek, there's no makeup, so everything at default. Lip is the same, there's no makeup, so I bring everything down to 0. And there's no change on the teeth, but you can knock out a couple of his teeth if you like. And finally, on the tattoo and the scars, there's no tattoo on his body, so we're going straight to the scars. For the body scar, we're using 2 scars on the body to mimic the scars on his face. For the first one, we're using number 12, and this is the rotation and the positions so that we can replicate the scar on his right forehead. And the second scar is number 11. This is perfect for the scar on his left eye, and these are the rotations and positions. It's a shame I cannot bring more body scars, so I put a few scars on his right arm and left arm, just to show that he's been through many battles. But all of these are largely personal preference. Now here is the settings. Let's give a little bit lighting. Now there you have it. This is my version of Geralt of Rivia in Dragon's Dogma 2. Let me know in the commentary below what other interesting characters you have managed to create. Now I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and consider subscribing for more content gaming. Thanks for watching and see you next time.